Hi guys, and welcome to yet another episode of This is Life with Mo. I am Mo. In this week's episode, I want to do a little something that is already overdue. 25 things you don't know about me. So I'm going to be answering some questions and some stories here and there, and we shall see where this will take us. Cool? Karibu. So I have some questions on my notebook that I will be sometimes looking down to check. So question 1, where did you grow up? I grew up in a lot of places. One of the places I grew up was in Lodwar. But when I was young, I was born in Nairobi and then we moved around a lot. We went to a bit of Western when I was younger. My mom tells me that I would speak fluent Kijaka, and then from there we went to Nandi, and then from there we came back, I think, to Nyahururu, and then from there we went to Lodwar. I am very fond of Lodwar because that's where we stayed for 7 years. A lot of my active childhood was in Lodwar. It was very interesting because we learned the dialect, we knew what to say, how to go about things. It was so interesting speaking in Takana, my brother and I. So I could say that that's where I grew up. But after that, then we came to Nyahururu. I went to schools in Nyahururu, a group of schools, like a light, before group of schools really become vitu zingine. Yeah, I went to a light and then we came back to Nairobi. So pretty much I'd say I grew up in Lodwar, which was a very interesting, dry area, but very interesting. Question 2, where do I currently live? I currently live in Nairobi, in Eastlands. The details of where and how and I shall not tell you for safety purposes. 3, who was my first best friend? My first best friend, when I think about it, it must have been my bro, because we moved around a lot, and that means we didn't have a lot of friends. We couldn't keep a lot of friends because now you have to move here, there, everywhere. So my first best friend was my bro. I quickly learned to just enjoy my bro's company. We'd fight a lot, we disagree a lot, but at the end of the day, it was just us. So yeah. And number 4, dogs or cats? Honestly, neither. Neither. My funniest moment through high school. That's a story. So, when I went to high school in Karema Girls High School, which is in North Kinangop, which is cold, like so cold, guys. So when I was in Form 3, my funniest moments, I think I can think about 2 funniest moments. The first funniest moment was when we were told to shave our hair. Like all the girls in Karema Girls High School, we shaved our hair. Now, disclaimer, if you went to Karema Girls High School and you remember this story differently, please remember this is my story, this is how I remember it. It's okay. So there was this Form 2 chick. She was really light skinned and she had cute hair, and you know how when you're in Form 2 you're feeling yourself and everything, and she used to like part her hair right here and then like drop an knee of her hair, some hair, you know. So there was also, interestingly, around that season there was a weird guy who'd hang around the school fence and he'd practice exhibitionism. Exhibitionism is like where someone just shows up and then just exhibits their things, something like that. So this guy, we just called him Kamau, or I think he was known as Kamau. So there was an incident where apparently this light-skinned chick was around the area where this guy was. So it became apparent, or not apparent, became like a thing that teachers thought that this chick was seducing the guy using her hair. So the teachers were mad, everyone was mad, we were searched all over our desks, and people found mirrors and found lovely and pods and things that should not be or should be in a girl's desk. And so the teachers came to a conclusion that all of us should fake cut our hair. So from twos went fast, walipewa field, wakapewa makasi and everything. That told, go you guys, just cut your hair, cut each other's hair. So it was funny because now suddenly people you'd never seen like hairless or with short hair, now you can see their short hair. It was the worst. So around, I think a week or two later, it was midterms. In fact, now because of how the situation becomes serious, the teacher said, everyone, when you come back from holiday, you better not have hair. So all of us cut our hair. Funkies were the worst at that point because boys schools used to enjoy us, as in just like tease us rather. They used to call us all sorts of names, and some things they used to sing, I can't even mention. And now, unfortunately, fortunately or unfortunately, we were the baddest girl school because we like beat the boys' schools in maths, in sciences, in games, in so they took the time to tease us. The other funny part is tied to that first one, because what happened is the head girl of the school decided she's not about to shave her hair. Her hair, she's not shaving it, and so immediately she decided she's not shaving her hair. We the school, there was a strike situation, and she was leading the strike, and she's the head girl, and then it was an almost strike, hatuku strike but tuli strike, kwenda mali, it was so bad. So the guys were trying to strike and run away from school. The way Karima girls is, it's so ndani. So by the time we get into the nearest shopping center, word about you has gone out. You will be captured. You will be returned. Atandudhi kuchukua itakurudisha shule. So it was so bad because we had an almost strike. We didn't have the back of a school you can help huko hivyo nyuma. Because if you keep walking, worse things could happen to you. So for me, that was the funniest moment in high school. The shaving of the hair, the head girl starting an almost strike, the fact that we actually never striked. What is the past tense of strike? Struct. Anyway, the funniest moment. Because the drama. But after that, then we became the girls' school that we cut our hair. And I think only a few years later, a couple of years later, when that principle was changed, now then people started having hair. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Number 6, what do you do in your free time? What do I do in my free time? Honestly speaking, sleep, read a book. I'd say watch TV, but that's very rare. Kuenda kutembea na kuzurura. Yes, that is what I do in my free time. Are you or have you gone to college? Have you gone to college? I went to college, campus, and then college again. Yeah. Okay, let me explain. When I finished Form 4, my mom had this wonderful grand idea that I'll go to CPAs, and then after CPA this, I combine with BCom, and then CPA BCom this. When you're a CPA K, CPA BCom, your hot cake. That was in 2020, what na uko nyuma. Yeah. So I went to college in Strathmore. I guess that's university. Went to university in Strathmore, and I studied CPAs until section 2 or something like that. And then kuna paper iko hapo, I failed it 4 times. I was like, you know what? It is never that serious. I am going home. And I decided I'm not taking CPAs again. I'm not even going to try. Bye. So then I stayed home for a while. Then I went to KCA college to try again and do CPAs, and that flopped again. Then my dad enrolled me in Kenyatta University. I went to Kenyatta University. I studied BCom Finance. At the time I wanted to do psychology and counseling, or counseling psychology. And then I told my dad was like, hiyo ni kosi ya Wagoroki, I am not paying for it. So BCom it was. So I did BCom Finance, I passed, and in 2019 I went back to school in Kenya Institute of Professional Counseling to do counseling psychology. Finally. yeah, and I'm about to finish and graduate, which is so exciting because I mean now I feel like I'm in my element. Like when I'm counseling someone or when I'm talking to someone, it's just there's just something magical about it. So have I been to college? Yes, a couple of colleges, and that is what I have done. Other question is, have you moved from home and where? Have I moved out of home? Yes, I moved out of home about 4-5 years ago. My first home to move into was in Kawendani. My folks used to live in Kaskari at the time. So I moved to Kawendani. I found a really nice bed sitter. I was feeling independent. I told my mother I'm moving. My mom was okay. My dad was not so okay with the idea. And I moved. And then I guess the experience it was very liberating, very freeing for me. I really enjoyed this time spent alone, because like all my life had not like had time to spend alone. I had a room that I shared with my sister, but like time alone, I didn't. So I really enjoyed that experience. I grew in my relationship with God. I grew in my relationship with my then boyfriend. It was a very liberating experience. I never went back home up until like when I changed and moved back to my own house. Yeah. The other question is tea or coffee. If I had have shot this video last year, I'd have said coffee any day. Coffee. I used to have like sachets of coffee. That was the one thing I enjoyed about moving out. Sachets of coffee. Like you could have coffee any day, anytime, anywhere. You could brew it. You could have instant, whatever. But now this year, because of a lot of things, a lot of changes, a new season, maybe, I guess, I've had my favorite drink is really just tea. Good quality tea. Maybe it is because I'm married to a lawyer man. Nah. Have any books you read changed your life? Yes, some books I read changed my life. Some books I think for the moment like were impactful, and then after that there's like books that I read that changed my life. Books by Karen Kingsbury have changed my life. Woman Thou Art Loose by T.D. Jakes really transformed my life. War Room, of course, by Priscilla Schur. Priscilla Schur. Books that changed my life. Yeah, so some books have changed my life. Others I know. Oh, there was 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak or something like that. I'll put it in the description box below. So some books have changed my life. Others I think others just lasted like the moment I was like, those are good thoughts, and then it ended. Baba Segi's Wife was very interesting. Gave me a very interesting aspect or a perspective about marriage. That was interesting. Let's move on. Favorite movie. My favorite movie currently my favorite movie is The Greatest Showman. I think it is phenomenal, beautiful. It's a lot. My favorite series, I like comedy, sitcoms, things that are not too serious. So I watch Baby Daddy a lot. I think the most serious I've gone is like Magnum PI, detective. I really like legal detective stuff. So those are interesting to me. I'm not crazy about horror, action thrillers. Really, ziko na wenyewe si mimi. Yeah. Favorite YouTubers. Wow. Singers that I like to sew and Shona things and say Kulipa, and then there's a chick called Blueprint DIY. She does a lot of DIYs with her clothes. And then there's Oziman. Oziman is Australian. He just does reviews for videos. It's the most hilarious thing I've watched this year. I was introduced to that by my husband. Of course, Worship Mob, Akina Hill song. Those guys. Of course, Abel Mutua has great storytelling skills, man. Adiola is Nigerian. She just does this interesting snippets of things that are happening in African countries, which is the most interesting thing. Dr. Sax Love is like this jazz YouTube thing that just if you know me, I love jazz music. So like when I'm in the office, when I'm at home, in the evenings, I'll play jazz. So I love Dr. Sax Love's channel. And then there are the Try Guys. Those guys are just ridiculous. For fitness, I love Pop Sugar Fitness and Body Project. Those are my two go-tos. So those are my favorite YouTubers. Yeah. Am I single or taken? Am I single or taken? I am definitely taken. I am married to one Michael, and yeah, it's been a 13-year-old love story. Someday I will tell you guys about that love story. Someday, not very far away from today. So yeah. How long was your longest relationship? This is the part where usually you go like, you know, the longest relationship I've had is with myself because I love myself now. Yeah. The longest relationship with others, I've known my husband for 13 years, so that is probably the longest relationship. Apart from him, now family of course like doesn't qualify because you've known them forever. But yeah, that's my longest relationship. I've known him for 13 years. How many siblings do you have? How many siblings do I have? I have 2 living siblings. I'm the firstborn, and then I have a brother who follows me. He's the mayor of the town where he lives. Like, kama ujui brathangu, there's a problem, man. You need to know him. Yeah. And then I have a younger sister who is a complete introvert. Alimaliza form for last year, so she's in her prime. Yeah, so those are the siblings I have. What is your go-to hairstyle? Since I do have dreadlocks, my go-to hairstyle is just this, like just my dreadlocks pushed back. Yeah, when I am not in time, when I don't have time to deal with pushing back or holding my dreadlocks, I just do a turban. I think for me that's the easiest. A turban is just so easy. Yeah. What is the most memorable vacation memory? Like I said, I grew up in Lodwar, so my most memorable vacation memory is going to Lake Turkana with my family. My dad would get us together on these holidays and just drive us at like a Land Cruiser car situation thing. No, he had a Land Cruiser, he had a car, serious car. So he'd pick us, and then we'd have like supplies in the car, and then we'd drive all the way to Lake Turkana, you know, like just taking photos over and over. And sometimes it was not many times, it was just really hot, but we really enjoyed just family time. I remember this one time we went to Lake Turkana, and on the way we saw camels. They were just standing there, like just being camels. Next thing we know, my mom and dad, they're putting us in between the camel, like miguu za camel ziko hapa, miguu zingine ziko hapa. Guys are just here in between, we're taking a photo. I remember that photo very clearly because we were all thinking, please take this photo quickly before this camel moves. We do not want to find out how serious its stride is. That was a really favorite memory of mine. Go to Lake Turkana and spend all this time there. Go to Tackle Gorge, and I remember one time I went to Tackle Gorge, and there was this like you know how you go to a hotel or like a place you're staying, and then there's like shampoos and nini. So I think Tackle Gorge was like modern day Airbnb. So we go, and my mom sees this nice mwiko. She carried it, and I can bet up to leo it was just a legit mwiko. So that was for me the most memorable vacation memory. I've gone on others, of course. The most recent one was the honeymoon with my husband. That was, yeah. Do you have any bad habits? Do I have any bad habits? Yes. The real question becomes, do I want to tell you about my bad habits? Yeah, that is the real question. Let me think about it. Okay, so we can tell you 3, maybe 3 or 2, I don't know. One of my bad habits is that I'm very bad with time, or I am struggling to keep time. So many times I have to really talk myself into getting somewhere on time. And the bad habit number 2, of course, pick my nose. Yeah, good deal. My other, I don't know if I can call it a bad habit, I'm very sarcastic. Yeah, I can say things and just like, yeah. So I don't know if I can call it a bad habit though. I enjoy it with the right people. There's some people, but you might hurt their feelings if you're sarcastic. But I don't think I can call that a bad habit. Yeah. All the other bad habit is that I don't make my bed as often as I should. I mean, yeah, I know I should make my bed every day. It jumpstarts your day, blah blah blah. So yeah, that's my bad habit. Those are my bad habits. What do you do for a living? What do I do for a living? I am a program coordinator at Good Kenyan Foundation. I am a program coordinator at Good Kenyan Foundation. Yes, Google it. I work with young people who finish Form 4, guys who are, figuring out what they want to do in their lives. It's a very exciting job. I also make garments for people. I am a counselor. Yeah, that is what I do for a living. What else do I do for a living? Those three, at least those three are the major ones. And the last question, could you believe it? We're in the last question already. What are my favorite values in friends? Wow. I have 5 favorite values in friends. 1, they must have the fear of God. I mean, you must have the fear of God, sorry. 2, I like people who are honest and candid and just tell you as it is, of course in the right time, nakwambia tu hivi ndio kuko. I like people who are witty and sarcastic and just don't take themselves too seriously. That's a favorite value I find in my friends. I like people I can laugh with. I enjoy friends I can laugh with. And people you can just be completely nonsensical together and people you can easily switch from being serious to being stupid to being serious again. Yeah, so are those 5: fear of God, witty, sarcastic, honest and candid, laughter, people I can laugh with, and of course, what's the 5th quality? A favorite value in my friends. I mean, people we have common interests. Yeah. But I'm quickly discovering that sometimes you have common interests. You don't have common interests with someone, but also you can click on different levels. So yeah, so those are 5 right values in friends. So that's a little about me. 20 questions. 20 things you did not know about me or you did know about me. I just wanted to use this opportunity to share with you who I am, what I do. Like I said, I'm a counselor. And that's why many of the videos that you've seen before just deal with some issues that people are facing. I'm very passionate about those issues. I want people to just know what's bugging them, what can you do about it, excuse me, and how do you get past it. That's why I started this channel. And I want people to be able to know that even despite your issues and drama, you can still, work through them. And so those are 20 things you didn't know about me. As I continue, I love music, all kinds of music. I think, I sing in the church that I go to, which is a pretty wonderful place to be at. I enjoy company with people who are quiet, both quiet and noisy, mostly just noisy. Some of my friends become quiet. I'd like to meet you. A good number of my friends know that I'm crazy. You can ask Caro and Wakami and Grace. They think I'm nuts. But yeah, I enjoy every bit of life as it comes. Some days they're days of dealing with serious issues, other days are just days of laughing. But this is life with more. And that wraps up. That wraps up our session today. See you in the next video. Comment, tell me which one is your favorite thing or the one that has surprised you the most about me in the comments below. Ask me any question you want and DM me. I'm willing to respond. If you have a question about the things I've talked about, of course, ask it. Definitely hit that subscribe button, smash it, finish it. Yeah, the artworks you see before me are by Good Kenyan. So yes, so until the next episode, be good.